There we go. Now we got this is Ed Carlson Brown, and nice to have you with us today at the counting in the Charter Hall of Colchester. How's it all going so far? How are your thoughts at the minute?
Yeah, it's not gone too badly. I think on the day people were very positive. People were very positive. In fact, we found a lot of Labour supporters. From looking at the count, it looks like there have obviously been a lot of supporters of other parties. Maybe when the full results come through, we won't have done quite as well as we've hoped. But I think we've put up a good fight, and we've certainly made our case.
Well, here's the app that wompomm's made for Harwich at the moment.
Yeah.
If you click on that first one there, where it says Ask, Vote, and Engage, this will take people straight to the voter registration. It's quite a useful little tool, because then that's the government registration page for signing up and that.
Making sure everybody's on the electoral register, because we have still had problems. I mean, a lot of people have registered, but a lot of people still haven't.
Yeah, and there's also people that don't even know that you have to register and stuff, and that's a simple, easy way to do it. And if you scroll down a little there, you find your own little button. And there's a button for each of the different candidates in Harwich at the moment, and clicking any of them will take you straight to the
web page,
the person's page themselves, and then you can contact them however you like. Going forward, saying that, are you saying that we don't know the results yet, so we'll talk about that later on probably if you want to come back and have a chat afterwards. But yeah, what do you think of that as a sort of social engagement, trying to get people involved and voting, really?
No, I like that. It's a good. It's a good way. It's a good way of doing the engagement. What are the videos?
All these videos as well. Forgot to mention them. Good thing you brought them up. There's some old ones, new ones. Most of them are political. Some of them aren't. Just sort of thought expanding ones. But there's the top one up there, which is Boris Johnson and Ed Miliband.
Yes.
I mean, that's just obviously a little chat between them that gives you a bit more of an insight of the really snot parties.
Let me help, Simon.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Ed, good to see you again. I look a bit different from suited and booted. The key thing with this app is Simon's going to take this out in challenging areas. Phones, tablets, wherever. The feeling is that politicians appear every 5 years, do everything they can do, kiss sheep, bully sheep, children, and then disappear again.
And you want
in Harwich, that's not going to happen. This is the first of the community platforms. It's being very well supported in Harwich now. I've been talking to Harwich of all colours about continuing political engagement. Simon and others, town council meetings, so I presume you as a candidate, winner or loser, would be entirely supportive of a perpetual conduit, that's a good word, of this for this type of for exactly this type of ongoing accessibility.
Yes, it's it's not even really a question. Is that you need people to vote, and the number of young people who don't vote is worrying. If current trends continue, then.
Watching the news tonight, there's a great deal of suggestion that there's been considerable tactical and/or protest voting. Do you approve of protest voting? Do you?
Well, I think with a lot of protest voting, it's people who don't really feel they have the information to make a choice. So it's not something I do myself. But the problem is that political parties have the responsibility to reach out to people and
message effectively.
Well, yeah. It's if you'll forgive the slightly old-fashioned cover, is educate people in what the parties are about. And
educate, entertain, and inform. But Harwich, interestingly, we businesses coming on site in Harwich. These squares are being filled in posters in Harwich, replicated out onto the internet. How do you keep politics in Harwich relevant to Harwich, and in some senses not distracted by the likes of the fronts of the tabloids we saw yesterday, where your leader was presented the way he was?
Yes. I was always under the impression that half the point of eating a bacon sarnie was that it was a bit messy. But yeah, I think if you're going to get away from the distortions and oversimplifications of the press, it's you have to take the conversation directly with people. You have to go out and knock on their doors, engage with them on things like this, and not necessarily say here's what we're going to do, but start it with a question about what do you think needs doing. How can the first question, I think most of the time, should be how can we help?
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Ask, engage, vote. On the other side, the press yesterday, some very interesting comments by John Major about a divided Britain.
I didn't see those, I'm afraid.
In front of the Daily Mirror yesterday, a very major blow or
Major fail was the headline, I think.
We didn't know if it was on piece.
Not
Well, I think to a certain extent it always has been. I mean, in terms of voting behaviour, certainly, divisions have always been based on things like class and region. I'm not sure. I'm not sure in terms of the ability of people from different parts, in different walks of life, to talk to each other. We're doing any work here.
Polarisation.
Possibly, but one that's being combined with decreased interest in politics. Is the polarisation only happening with a small segment of the electorate and an increasingly large segment in the middle that's just being alienated by it all?
Just lastly, can I please thank you ever so much for the time you spent with Simon when you were out in Wivenhoe. It was an interesting film. We were most amused when we cut and chopped it that you described writing an app for a pothole app that should have worked, that government couldn't make work.
Yes, and can't promote properly.
You're going on after tonight to do what? Where are you headed on?
Well, I think it's what I spent most of the past 18 months devoting quite a lot of my free time to campaigning, and I think I would like to have a bit of that free time for myself. So I'll probably step back from active politics for a couple of years. But I mean, I'm still young. It's maybe later on I'll come back a bit older and wiser, and I'll still be involved in a low-key way. But
I think it's to be. I think, speaking as one who stands this side of the table, not yours, I think it was said it's to be a candidate standing, and of whatever colour, to be prepared to stand is to be admired. And I do very much appreciate your help and support along the way with the films we've been making in Harwich, and more generally the connectivity ideas that we've been talking to you guys about. And
thank you very much for
really
reaching out to me.
Appreciated. Thank you, Evan.
Thanks a lot.
Live long and prosper.
You too.
So, thanks very much from me, man. Thanks for giving me the opportunity.
Alright.
I've just got 9,000 votes. That's
Yeah. I mean,
let's have a quick little. Oh no, we're fully zoomed in now. Yeah, man. Now we're with Ed Carson Brown. It's just we've just heard the election results. It's on the other camera, but 9,000 votes. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, that's nothing to
Yeah, well, I was hoping for 10,000 before I changed the count, but about 10 minutes ago I thought I'd get about 2,000 less. It's more, many more votes than I've ever received before, so I'm very grateful to everybody here who decided to vote for me, and it's only a shame there weren't more of us, but that's how it goes.
So, what's the future hold for you then? What are your plans?
In the short term, hopefully a bit of sleep before I have to turn up at the local election counts. Longer term, I really don't know. I'm going to have to think about it. I've enjoyed being a candidate. I'd like to think I've represented the Labour Party and its values well, and I've learned a lot. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel when I've had time to digest the results.
Well, this is also sort of the end of my little project for the run-up. So thanks for letting me come out of you for the hustings. I was so happy.
Thanks for the project.
Give me a hug. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, best of luck to you and all the things you do in the future. And